high schoolers, and today I'm going to teach you how to manage a busy schedule. Okay, so if you're in high school, you probably noticed that you all probably often get like lots of homework. You have to study, you have other stuff to do. I have gymnastics, only like twice a week, but still. And you probably have stuff to do in a lot of classes, and sometimes it feels like you're just always doing that stuff. Well, today I'm gonna help you like manage with all of that, because it can be very bad for like your mental health to be staying up till 3 a.m. doing homework. But obviously sometimes you have to do that, because like if you have something, which like one of my friends just did, they had to go to something from like 2:30, maybe like 3ish till 9. And if you have homework in 4 classes, you're not going to finish that in like 5 minutes. So you obviously might have to stay up a little bit later. There's those days, wake up early and do it at school. But either way, you might just have a lot of work. And I'm just going to help you try to deal with that with a few strategies. So number 1, make sure you're divvying out your homework in like different days for different subjects. So the first thing I do is like when I get home, I'll make myself something to eat, or else it's like harder for me to focus because I haven't eaten in like 4 hours since then. So I'll make something like smaller, and then I'll focus on subjects that are due like closest to the day I'm at. So if I have something in math due tomorrow and something in science due 2 days from now, something in French due a week from now, I'm gonna go and do math, science, then French. That way, if like for whatever reason I have to stop, I'm done with the one that's like already coming up. Like maybe like I just fell asleep, which is probably like you're hearing that a lot, but it was like only for like a little bit of time. But that's actually we'll talk about that later. But it's like just important that you're always getting what to do next done, not just like which subject you like the most, just in case for whatever reason you're stopping. And this usually helps me, and I just always get it done, then move on to the next thing, and that helps. Or if there's like something you can't do, like if you want to do it in class and you can't do it, like it's a video presentation, you might not be able to do that in your other classes, but maybe you can do a worksheet that's due 2 days from now. Well, it's better than not doing anything, so sure, go do it if you're allowed to, and that helps me too. Okay, strategy number 2, how to manage like your sleep into your busy schedule. Okay, so if you're in high school, you're probably waking up from like 5:30 to 6:30, especially if you go like to a school that starts around 7:30, because I know a lot of people do wake up around that time. I wake up around 6:15 to 6:30, and so you like, that's really hard. Think about it. You have to go to sleep at 10:30 just to get 8 hours. And like, obviously when you're actually just going to bed, you're not falling asleep for another like, well, like since it's so early, like for me it's like 5 to 30 minutes, because it takes me so long when I have to go to bed that early. So like I'm gonna try to help with that. So the first thing is probably like there's like a few different strategies with eating food. Now the one I do a lot, which I probably shouldn't, is carbo loading right before I go to bed, which you really shouldn't do because you're not using that energy, but like it helps me fall asleep, and that can help. Or you actually might want to just try eating earlier, because it's not always good to eat like so late, because it might boost your energy, like a second awakening, which is actually something you get if you haven't slept all night, and then now it's around the time when you would wake up. It's in your body's internal clock. So you might want to try to eat a little bit more before you go to bed, because like if you're eating at 9:30 and you're going to bed at 10, you're probably going to get an energy boost around that time, and well, now it's even harder to fall asleep. You might want to like watch what you're drinking like right around like an hour to an hour and a half before bed, because that could influence how long it takes you to sleep. And I know one of my friends takes melatonin, and I've taken it before. Personally, it only helps me a little bit, but you could try it if you're like, if it works for you. I mean, it's not harmful. It's not like bad or anything. Just like, it doesn't work that well for me. You got to take it like 30 minutes to an hour before you're going to bed. So if you're really having struggle sleeping, like maybe your doctor could talk to you about it, or you could try that. And yeah, so those are just some things that managing like sleep into your schedule kind of works. So like, just try to use those strategies. I don't know. It's just like, sleep's such an important thing. You have to make sure that you're getting as much as you can. And there is a big issue right now with like high school starting the earliest, like out of elementary, middle, high school. High school, middle school should actually start later than elementary schools, because kids that are younger actually don't need as much sleep as teenagers. So it's something to think about. If your elementary school and high school swapped times, you might be waking up an hour and a half or something later, and that could help a lot with your sleep. So maybe just think about how like it's so messed up, but it's really hard to get that done, and I doubt it will ever get fixed, or at least it'll take a really, really long time. But it's just like bad for your sleep. But like, sometimes you gotta wait till the weekend, even though it's not a good thing to do. Okay, so the last part about managing your busy schedule into like your daily life in high school is probably with after school activities. And now for me, this one's a little harder for me to like do things about, because I have about 2 after school activities. I'm in one club which meets every 2 weeks, and then this time they're not having a meeting for 4 weeks. So that's something that barely takes place in my schedule. I have another club, and it's like more of a volunteer club, and I volunteered one time. So, I mean, sure, that day I had stuff. I went to a clinic for like a sport kind of thing that my friend made me go to, but they also drove me to this big event where you could volunteer, and it was actually at my high school. So it was like, I was just there on a Saturday, and I was so sick, and it was not good. But that's like one day. I have gymnastics Friday and Saturday, but most of the time I'll go on Friday, and not always on Saturday, because there's not as many people on Saturday, so it's not that fun. And that's basically all of my after school activities. Some people have sports that go like, wait, let me think about this, like 3 hours after school. And if that's multiple times a week, that's really tough on you to be managing other things into your life. So like, my top suggestion is maybe like, if you have homework, try to get as much done in school you can, and maybe try to get to school whatever time if you're coming in on the bus, you might only get like 20 minutes, but 20 minutes is like a good time to do some homework at lunch. If the class is after lunch, you can do some homework in class and at lunch. But personally, I don't do this because I don't have to do all these other sports and stuff. But sometimes you just can't stay up that late. And also, if you ask your teachers and like tell them what you just had to do, if it was something like special, like you had to stay after school till like 9, then they'll probably like be like, okay, that's fine. But make sure you tell them like the day you're getting it and not the day you're turning it in, because that's just not gonna work. And that can help. And it's just really hard to integrate everything at once and just do good at everything, and that can be like really bad for your mental health and stuff. So like, just make sure that you're taking care of yourself too at the same time, because you'll probably see like the less stress you have, the higher your grades are going to be. And yeah, it's just something you gotta figure out however it works for you to integrate everything into your day with it like working, which can be very difficult. But there's just stuff you gotta do, and like studying 5 minutes whenever you have it always helps. Like, I'll just go over vocab words for 5 minutes like twice a day or something, and then you know them. Or like go over a concept in math or something. But like, if you're someone that's really busy, you want to try not to have much wasted time, because that's just not good. So like, just make sure you're getting everything done. And that's basically how to manage your busy schedule by Davis's high school life. This will be going on sale for $19.99 if you want to buy a copy. Okay, it's free on YouTube. But if this doesn't get 100,000 likes, I'll probably just like delete my channel, right? No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, I hope you liked this video. I hope it helped you in some way. And if you have different ways to like manage your schedule that I didn't mention, leave them in the comment section below, right down there. And also leave a like when you're already there. And maybe hit the subscribe, the bell. I post every week on Friday at 4:30 EST or 1:30 PST. So like, for a lot of people, it's after they get out of school, I'll already be posted. But for most people, it's like just a few hours after school. So make sure you're watching. And I'll see you later. Bye, foxes. Oh gosh, I did it again. You might not know this, but my last channel was called Fantastic Fox Vlogs. And I think I've made around, wait, what was it? Like 370 videos on Fantastic Fox Vlogs. And I would end every single vlog by saying bye, foxes. So it's very easy for me to forget. It's actually bye, schoolers. So bye, schoolers.